Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope that you guys like, comment, and subscribe. But right now we're going to go ahead and start off with our pasilla chilies to make our birria tacos. What you're going to do is go ahead and just cut both ends of this chili and just go ahead and also remove all of the seeds from here. I was a little bit too thorough with removing the seeds, so it's kind of going to take your girl a long time. But bear with me, y'all. This is what y'all wanted, so you going to get it and you going to like it too. I don't know what that was for. So here I am being extra. There we go. We have our ancho chili. Just go ahead and do the same thing. Cut both ends and just remove all of the debris and everything out of it on the inside. You're also going to do this when you wash them off, so don't even really trip about, getting everything off in this one little sitting. And then we're going to use 3 guajillo chilies. This was a fresh pack, so your girl had to go ahead and bust it open. And we're going to go ahead and just repeat this process all over again. What I did forget to record was to just go ahead and add these chilies to a hot pot of water so that they can steep for 30 minutes. That way they can get nice and soft. That way we can make our little chili mixture to go inside of our crock pot for our birria. Here I am doing the most, how I do. So yeah, just bear with me, y'all. And this is what it should look like in the end. We're also going to use a pot chuck roast. I went ahead and just bust that thing open off camera though. You know what I'm saying? We can't have YouTube thinking that we violating the terms and conditions. So we're just going to go ahead and grab a bowl, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut these up into small chunks so that it's easier for me to brown on both sides when it's time to do so. So let's go ahead and wait for me to take all day. I'm not going to do all this on camera because ain't nobody got time for that. So here I am showing you guys the meat luxuriously cut, nice and cubed. Here I am taking all day as well. Sorry about that. Enjoy some elevator music while this video takes all day long. All right, boom. So still not ready. Just gonna get all these seasonings and use that Lori seasoning salt, that granulated garlic, that onion powder, and that brass cuisine beef seasoning. Go ahead and generously season your meat. I do not have no measurements for you on how to season your meat, but just know that if you ain't sneezing, sis, you ain't seasoning, okay? So just generously, really just pour it on over it, okay? Do not be afraid. And that brass cuisine beef seasoning, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And just massage that in there. We want to make sure we got the flavor town going, okay? You already know, got Fieri in this. Oops. All right, y'all. Let me calm down. So just massage that seasoning up in there and make sure it get in there real good. And go ahead and set that to the side. And then make sure you have a hot pot with oil in it. Do not put your meat in no cold pot, okay? Because anybody got to be, waiting all day for that pot to heat up. So, yeah, just go ahead and add that in there. We're just going to brown the meat on both sides. We are not cooking the meat. We are browning it. You do not want to cook this meat all the way through because you're just going to end up with really tough meat in the end. And you're not going to want that. You're going to be looking at me like I should have never watched this video. But I'm telling you now. So yep, so here we go. Browned on both one side. Only took about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes because like I said, I had that hot pot going. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn all of these over and take all day doing so. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys asked for this, so I'm giving it to you. Them burro tacos, them birria tacos, boy. Okay. So now that I'm done doing that, we're going to go ahead and take our chilies out of the pot. We're going to strain that water. We don't want any of that water. We're going to actually use a magic bullet as well to make our little chili mixture, which I forgot to record. So in that little mixture, you're going to go ahead and add 1 cup of water to your magic bullet. You're also going to add your 3 chili peppers, about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, some Mexican oregano, I want to say about a tablespoon, and then you're going to use a chipotle pepper and red in the adobo sauce. I'm only using 1 because I don't have time for my mouth to be hurting and burning all day long. So yeah, if you like it spicier, go ahead and add more than 1 of those chipotle peppers. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend this up for about, in total, about a minute and a half. I like mine to be all nice and mixed through. You can do whatever consistency you like, but again, for the purposes of my own liking for my food, I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure it's nicely blended. So while I take forever to do this, like, comment, and subscribe. And now that we're done, I'm just gonna go ahead and put our Magic Bullet blender back, and here we are. So we're working smarter, not harder. So I went ahead and went to HEB and got some freshly diced white onions, about 1.5 cups. And we're just going to go ahead and pour that thing all up in there. And, you know, don't be afraid. Just go ahead and empty it out. We're also going to add bay leaves. Why do they put these 3 holes at the top? Who about to sprinkle a whole leaf, sis? A whole leaf. A whole leaf. So, yeah, I went ahead and added about 3 of them in there because they were really tiny. We're also going to add some thyme. You can use fresh thyme. I have dried thyme because I had some in the cabinet, so why not? Add about 1 tablespoon. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too serious. And then we're also going to add a little bit of black pepper. We're going to add a little bit of salt. And we're also going to add some beef bouillon. I want to make sure that it's nice and seasoned because, you know, once you add the water to this, it could really dilute it. So now we're going to go ahead and add our little chili mixture that we just made over there in the blender. And pour it over the top. And then we're going to add 4 cups of water. Like I said, make sure that it's nice and seasoned, but also throughout, make sure that you're tasting it at least every hour just to make sure that, you know, it's nice and seasoned. I cannot stress enough. You need to season to taste and be tasting. Do not just rely on your eyes. You need to taste that thing. So we're going to go ahead and mix this all up. Make sure that everything is combined and mixed together well. That way everything can get that flavor going. We're also going to add some cilantro because I'm very, very extra. This is not necessary, but I did not like how bland it looked. We needed to add a little bit of color. So go ahead and add just a little bit of cilantro if you feel like being extra. And then I'm just going to go ahead and mix that up in there as well. Again, this is optional. This is not necessary. And I'm just going to go ahead and cover it with the lid and put it on high for 4 hours. You can also cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours. But since I started at 6 p.m. and nobody got all the time to be waiting all day for no tacos, I really wanted to eat a sandwich. So I just had to, you know, really pray that I did not eat a sandwich because I was starving. So here it is after 4 hours, nice and bubbly. That meat is nice and tender. Go ahead and stir that up. Look at all that seasoning. Look at all that goodness. And then this is the fat that you're actually going to render off the top for when you're making your tortillas. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's not forget, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. So what you're going to do is take a corn tortilla and dip it in that fat that we rendered off the top and put it in a pan that's hot. I cannot stress enough, a hot pan. Add a little bit of grapeseed oil because we love grapeseed oil over here. And just let it get nice and crispy on one side. You know, you want to make sure that it's nice and delicious. So we're going to let that cook for just a little bit, get nice and bubbly. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use some mozzarella cheese for this. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. You don't want to cook it too much because you want to make sure that you're still able to flip it over during the next part. And just let it get a little bit crispy. And then I went ahead and generously added some mozzarella cheese whenever it'll come on the camera, because why was it cooking for so long without cheese? Here I am adding the cheese. Okay, so boom, go ahead and add some cheese up on there. Okay, we love cheese up in this thing. And generously added. I love cheese, so I went ahead and added a whole lot of cheese. And I shredded the meat off camera, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this start to melt just a little bit, and then add the meat on there with all that nice goodness and the seasonings and everything, and just kind of let it cook a little bit before I go ahead and fold it over into the little taco, since as y'all saw, that grease was going ham. But I was okay, thank you. Nobody was injured in the making of this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and just flip it over, nice and crispy. This one right here was giving me all of the trouble in America. Like, why were you doing this? Why? The other one was just so Look at me having to use 2 hands. Ghetto. Anyways, it don't matter how it looked right there. It still was bomb diggity bomb. You feel me? Okay. So I'm just going to let it cook just a little bit longer so I can get crispy. And I'm just going to go ahead and take it out the pan. Look at that. Yes. Look at that. Look at y'all. We making Birria, y'all. Look at how it turned out. It was so good. Go ahead and cut up some limes and put it on the plate. Make it look nice. You can also drizzle it over top. But thanks for watching.